Spade, when you starting off early like that, you can knock the guys out early. Yeah, gotta get good. Because if you knock out somebody in 2 rounds, that's how I fight. I'm ready for that.
Jaron Boots Ennis has been sharpening his edge in camp alongside Canelo Álvarez, soaking in the wisdom and intensity of a veteran champion. This high-level preparation is all aimed at one goal: his looming showdown with the fast-rising Puerto Rican contender Xander Zayas.
And say if he can go and sparring with me and everything. I say, of course, right? A fighter like me, we always want great sparrings because there is the thing, right? And I have history with the family because 14 years ago, his older brother helped me for Sugar Shane Motley and Alfonso Gomez. So it's Derek Ennis. So he helped me. So he was 14 years old at that time, by the way. And it was good, very good. And I'm very grateful with him because he made that time to go. And
the powerful training partnership hasn't gone unnoticed by the boxing world. Former champion Shawn Porter believes this environment could provide the perfect psychological push, the kind of spark that may drive Ennis beyond his limits when he steps in against Zayas.
I mean, that's excellent work, you know, and it causes, I always say this, when you're training for a championship fight, you need something that's going to raise your level. You never know exactly what it is. It could be running in the mountain. It could be, you know, a specific sparring partner that you have, and I personally think...
Breaking away from the normal routine of camp, Ennis explains how exchanging punches with a legend like Canelo, while also finding calm outside the ring, has reshaped his entire mindset heading into the battle ahead.
Like you gained from it?
Just having fun. You know, being in there with what he got 70. Canelo got 70 fights or something like 67 fights or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was just cool being there. You'd be able to share the ring with him. You know, having fun. You know, learning different things. And I was out there fishing. I was doing a bunch of different stuff. You know, it was cool to get away. You know, and I love that I experienced that. You know, getting away, sparring Canelo, fishing, just having fun. You know, with my brother. You know, and things like that. So it was cool.
With ambitions of wiping out the competition at the top, Ennis is issuing a chilling message to the division. He promises his next outing won't just be another win, but a brutal statement meant to warn every...
I'm ready. I'm ready to put on a show. You know, make a big statement. You know, let everybody know that I'm here at 154. And you know, like I said, I'm coming for everybody. So I'm ready to make this big statement and handle this business, and then get these guys, other guys, out of the way.
Fueled by a deep obsession with building a lasting boxing legacy, Ennis insists he isn't chasing a simple victory. His mission is complete domination, a performance that leaves no doubt about who truly...
Great, man. About to be a 2-time weight division unified champ. Man, I'm snapping my legacy. Man, it's only up. Man. I'm about to show the world I'm the best in the world. I'm gonna continue to keep showing the world I'm the best in the world. Like this.
Those bold declarations are backed by relentless hours in the gym. Ennis is refining every weapon in his arsenal, determined to arrive fully prepared to dismantle Xander Zayas when...
We're gonna inflate the muscles. Ha! Break them right up. Ha! Ha! Break them right up. Ha!
154 debut.
After studying the fight closely, Tim Bradley has pointed out a potential physical weakness in Xander Zayas that could become critical late in the bout. In his view, stamina concerns may surface once the contest drifts into the demanding championship rounds.
Boots can stop Xander. He could. I've been reading a lot of comments and stuff, and people saying that 9, 10. I've been also seeing 11. Shit. Look, I just got done studying some Xander Zayas, man. Late in the fight, he begins to fade. Round 8, 9, he starts to fade. Yeah. He starts to fade because all that weight he put on. He put on so much weight in between fights. Boots, his ass put on weight too. I'm eating all them Philly cheese steaks and shit. I don't know what the hell Xander be eating over there in Puerto Rico.
Bradley also identifies defensive openings that could spell danger. He warns that Ennis possesses a perfectly timed shot capable of exploiting Zayas's habits, particularly when that vulnerable left side is left exposed.
Boots got power. He got major power, man. And there's spots where I see Xander, he just gets himself in some bad spots, man. He drops his hands a lot. I see too much exposure on that left side. Way too much exposure on that left side. He gonna have to keep that motherfucking left hand glued to his face because that overhand right of Boots is lethal. It's lethal, man. And Boots turned that uppercut up the middle too, especially from the southpaw stance when Xander's leaning forward, man. Another lethal shot. But man, I see a lot of holes in Xander's game, especially when you start to put that pressure.
Veteran trainer Andre Rozier sees this matchup as a throwback to boxing's old-school battles, where two elite fighters must dig deep and prove their grit. Still, he wonders if such a high-pressure test might arrive slightly too soon for the younger challenger.
I'm very surprised. This is like, whoever brought these principles together is like old school. This is a really, really good fight. It's an old school fight. Champion against champion, and it's going to be a tough affair. Honestly, you know, my heart is always with Boots, and that's a fight that's been made, so I'm going to have to side with him. And I think it might just be a little premature for Zayas, but he is a unified world champion, so he has to bring it to the.
Having watched Ennis develop up close in the gym, Rozier admits it's difficult to imagine anyone neutralizing the speed and unusual angles the Philadelphia star brings into the ring. The blend of natural ability and refined technique makes him a nightmare matchup.
Listen, I've been in camp with Boots. I've seen him since he was a young man. He's just progressed amazingly. He has fast hands. He has wonderful angles. He's ambidextrous. He can punch. It's a lot to ask anyone to supersede, and I don't see that happening. I think it's just a bit too much, and I want to see what Xander brings to the table because he's a wonderful young man, and I like him a lot, but boxing is boxing. I have to call it like it.
Rozier stresses that stepping in against a fighter of this caliber represents the ultimate proving ground. Whoever walks away victorious won't just earn another win. They'll surge straight into the elite tier of the pound-for-pound conversation.
Oh my God, it was against the caliber of athlete who he's vying against, and Jaron Ennis, it would take him to the top of the world. Literally.
Olympic medalist and heavyweight contender Richard Torres Jr. stands firmly behind the bond he shares with Xander Zayas from their amateur days. For him, this fight carries more than professional interest. It's personal faith in a longtime friend.
Man, you know, it's two insanely talented fighters. I myself am a Xander fan. I'm through and through since day one. I've known him since the amateurs. I'm gonna rock with Xander. He's my guy. I won't ever go against him, man. So Xander's my guy, and I'm gonna keep with him.
Even with that loyalty, Torres can't deny the excitement surrounding this clash of elite talent. With contracts signed and preparations underway, he knows both fighters are entering at their absolute peak, making the outcome impossible to predict.
This is such a talented fighter. I'm a fan of his as well, and I'm excited for that. I just saw he posted today that he signed the contract, so let's see how it goes, man.
Trainer Dante Teasley views the matchup as razor close between two highly skilled technicians. But after witnessing Ennis's relentless work ethic firsthand, he finds it difficult to bet against that level of dedication and preparation.
Close fight. It's gonna be a close fight, and I'm not trying to be biased. I got Jaron though. I mean, it's gonna be a really close fight because Xander's crafty as well. Jaron is very crafty. He has a lot of experience, but Xander also has a lot of experience. He's very crafty himself too. But personally, from just seeing Jaron, how he fights, also like from seeing how he trains, etc. I don't know what Zayas is gonna bring. I ain't gonna front. I mean, I know he's gonna bring, but I don't know what he's gonna bring. So overall, I'm going with both.
Coach Chadius Phipps believes the fight is a dangerous coin toss where a single mistake could decide everything. Still, his history with Ennis makes his choice clear. Loyalty and belief keep him firmly in the Philly Star's corner.
I like both. I like both fights, but I don't know. Hey, you got a dog and you got an older pro coming, so I don't know.
You got a close 50-50? Anything can happen?
Who's got experience, so I'm just gonna say I'm going with my people. I'm going with my man, people. Sorry.
I know, it's a good fight, though. It's a good fight.
It's gonna be a good fight, but I know Boots longer than Xander, so I'm going with my man Boots, and I got love for him. So.
Former champion Alberto Chop Chop Gonzalez sees this fight as the perfect opportunity for both men to answer lingering doubts about their resumes. In his eyes, it's a bold gamble where two elite fighters finally risk everything to prove their legitimacy.
I feel like that's a great fight. Like you said, you know, we were hoping for Boots versus Virgil, but I think at the end of the day, this fight is gonna boost their stock up, you know, because a lot of people's thing is who has Boots fought. That's what a lot of people say, that Boots, he's good, but because he hasn't fought nobody, this and that. You could arguably kind of say the same thing about Xander, you know, and these are two guys that both believe in their skill, they both believe in their talent, and they both believe they're the best in the.
Gonzalez also notes that the 154-pound division may be entering a refreshing new era, one where champions willingly face other champions. This bout reflects a shift away from safe matchmaking toward genuine high-stakes collisions.
Like 154 right now is it's a weight class that's, I wouldn't say underrated because a lot of people know what, but now that these big fights are happening, I think it's gonna be very entertaining because now you got Boots versus Xander, who knows? Meanwhile, they're gonna fight. It might just end up being Fundora versus Virgil. And then maybe that happens and now the champions are colliding. You know, a lot of times you don't get the champions fighting the champions, you get the champions fighting the mandatories or the champions moving up to going to another weight because you never really get the champions versus fighting the champions. So in this situation, you know, you got Xander versus Boots, that I think is going to be a great fight because they both are out there to prove something.
While acknowledging the disciplined and calculated style Zayas brings into the ring, Gonzalez believes Ennis's ability to shift between slick boxing and explosive power could become the defining factor of the night.
Dura versus Virgil. Me personally, I got Boots. Boots just for me because I really like Boots. Don't get me wrong, Xander Zayas is a really great fighter. I take nothing from him. But I've been a big Boots fan since I first ever watched him fight, you know? Since I first ever watched Boots fight, man, he caught my eye, he caught my attention right away just because of his style, just the way that he could sit there and bang, but at the same time he could box, he could punch, he could almost do it all, you know? I'm a big Boots fan, and so I'm leaning more towards Boots, but at the end of the day, I don't count Zayas out. I know Zayas, very, very skilled, very smart, very composed, and very, how would I say, he's very disciplined in his fight. Like, they come with the game plan, and he's gonna execute that game plan.
Former multi-division champion Zab Judah raises a serious concern about the timing of this fight. He questions whether Xander Zayas might be stepping into a dangerous situation too early, warning that rushing into battle with a seasoned force like Ennis could risk damaging a promising career.
Understand it. Can't understand it.
The young, listen, Zab, come on, Zab, you was champion what, 20 years old? Or you got young Xander Zayas going against unified champion?
How old is he?
23.
Why is he fighting Jaron, Boots, Ennis? Why?
He wants to fight the best, the very best.
Not yet, Mills, not yet. He got enough. I know he's living comfortable. I know he's living good. Take another fight. This is not it. He's just, don't jump classes. Boots was there before you, so he's in a class above you. Why jumping up the class for? Stay in your lane. Be the man of your lane. Why not? Right? Why not, Mills? It's the same thing Boots was getting ready to do when he was jumping up to Crawford's era. Remember? He was going to jump into a whole nother era. Why? You didn't need to. Stay where you are. You're the king right now. You're the king. You're unbeatable. You're undefeated. Nobody's touching you. You know, you're blowing guys out of the water. Exactly what I said, right? Remember I said that? I said, if he stay where he's at, he's going to be great. Like him. But he run into an experienced, strong, hungry, determined Jaron, Boots, Ennis. I know him and Bosie's gonna put together a game plan that's gonna have Mill City sad.
I think it's a high level boxing match at the beginning. Xander start off fast, Boots start off fast. So it's just who can impose their will first. High IQ. Boots got very high IQ. Xander, he a little bigger, but I think Boots got more of the intangibles.
What's the outcome?
I think Boots about to stop it. I thought it was going to be a corner stoppage, but I think to not get too much up, I think he might hurt him downstairs. All I'm going to say about it. I just think it'll be something downstairs.